going on, guys? Showing you a little bit of deadlift action from Friday. Yeah, Friday. Here's the initial warm-ups. Just wanted to do this one in slow-mo so you can kind of see what I'm working on here. And the key here is just mainly trying to engage my lats and create a better wedge between myself and the bar before I start to pull. My biggest problem right now is that I'm just pulling too soon without getting in the proper position. So I'll get my setup, make sure my feet are planted in first, get a big air, brace hard into the belt. And as I'm coming down, I'm pushing my knees out, and what I don't do is I don't engage my lats, which will allow me to create a little bit of a longer limb, which will allow me a better upright position. I had a few suggestions from a couple of my friends on Facebook. Paul Wanid said to kind of point my toes out a little bit more. That should free up a little bit more space. And Chris Duffin was telling me to give me a few drills to try out next week to engage my lats, and I'll try to include those into the video as well next week. But that's the biggest issue here, is just making sure my lats are engaged and that my chest is up. And I tend to do that pretty well with the lighter weights, and I tend to do that pretty well with the first couple reps. But as fatigue sets in, it's definitely not the prettiest pulls. A lot of issues I used to have was I had tight hips, and that didn't allow me to pull frequently. But I feel like a lot of the extra stuff I've been doing with my chiropractor guy has helped me to alleviate some of that pain that I used to have. So I'll definitely include those warm-ups too as well next week in the video to kind of show you guys what I've been doing to keep my hips open, so I'm able to squat wide and do some sumo pulls without having any real tightness or any real impingements going on. So as you can see, everything's kind of like the same every setup. Feet first, get my breath, make sure everything's nice and tight, and then this will be my last pull of the day. As you can see, once it goes into slow-mo, we'll slow it down a little bit. Everything's good. Not really pushing my knees out as well as I should be to get them tracking over my ankles. And nice start, good start position. But once again, as I start to pull, I'm definitely not engaging my lats, which is kind of pulling me forward, which is making it an uphill fight the rest of the way. So I want to make sure that I lean back, engage my lats so I can hold that position and drive out with my legs hard, like a leg press, which will help engage my quads more, help engage my legs, which one of my buddies, Trevor, pointed out to me, and that'll help increase the way I sumo pull. So if I can work on those things throughout this meet prep, then I should have a good pulling day come April 23rd down in San Diego. So after the deadlifts, I usually follow it up with some speed squats. Just more practice, more working on some of the technique stuff Duffin was showing me, making sure that I engage my lats by pulling my pinkies down. As you can see, they're not really on the bar, they're underneath the bar. So he wanted me to, they were just kind of like hanging free there, so he wanted me to really squeeze them and pull them down, and that'll help create a better shelf. So I'm doing that, and then as you'll see here, bracing really hard, and I'm bringing my hips a little bit more forward before I start. I was having my hips go back too much, so I'm bringing them forward, flexing my quads really hard, and then just twisting into the ground, just popping back up. About 10 pounds heavier week to week, so this is 425. This is a 65-pound bar. So just did 5 sets of doubles here. On the deadlifts, I ended up going with 4 sets of doubles with 572 on the sumo, and just kind of working on technique and working on fixing some things. Didn't really want to go super heavy on it. One thing you'll notice on that last pull is I got kind of caught up a little bit on my tights. These tights, although they look great, they have the Donuts and Deadlifts logo on them, they're not the best for pulling in. I was getting caught on my leg a lot, so definitely have to make sure that whatever you're wearing to the gym is applicable to what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. This is my last set of squats here. Everything felt really good on these. Hips felt really good, so I wasn't able to have too many issues squatting, which is nice. I'll let you guys know Monday how the squats go after the sumo pulls, and if everything's going well, I'll keep doing the sumo pulls, as those seem to be my stronger setup. After the squats, I went over and did more conventional work, just working on technique. Did 3 sets of 5 with 374 here. working on engaging my lats, keeping everything tight, nice, slow, and controlled eccentric, and just really trying to force my hips through and squeeze my glutes to fire through. So we'll see. They both feel kind of good and kind of bad. So they have their pros and their cons. Next week I'll run a few more things and kind of make my judgment on which one I'm going to go with the rest of the meet prep, because I think as long as I stick to one of them and focus on that one, it'll be a good day. And from there, just keep learning from Chris and keep growing, and hopefully put together a good deadlift for once at a meet. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, like, and share. Until next time.